I had set a goal actually to be in Elite 25. And so I achieved that in my third year of real estate. I don't have an off switch. So from the moment I decided that I wanted to do this as a career, I really haven't turned it off.
Welcome to the Elite 25 podcast, where we sit down with the verified top 1% of Austin real estate agents to hear about the housing market, how they became the best agents in Austin, their challenges, and their success stories. If you're interested in luxury real estate and insights from the hottest market in America, this is the show for you. All right, welcome to the Elite 25 podcast.
Thank you, Tony.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
If you could, tell us your name and the name of your company and how long you've been in real estate.
All right. I'm Beth Drewett with the Drewett Group at Compass. I'm a native Texan. I've lived in Austin for almost 35 years. My husband and I have raised 4 sons here. They are all still living here because it's a great city. And 2 of our 4 sons and a daughter-in-law work with us at the Drewett Group. So we are a family business, and that brings me so much joy that I get to work with my family, collaborate, and frankly, it just helps us in our business. It helps our clients because we just have deep Austin roots and insights and know.
You know the market for sure.
We know the market.
Absolutely. And how long have you been a part of Elite 25?
So I've been a licensed realtor for 10 years, and my goal was always to be an Elite 25. And so I was awarded that in the 3rd year. So this is my 7th year as an Elite 25 member.
Wow. Congrats.
Thank you.
What were you doing before that?
Well, I raised 4 sons here in Austin with my husband. I'm a native Texan, but I've lived in Austin for almost 35 years. All 4 sons were born here, and happy to say they still live here.
Oh, nice. That's fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
When you say you did other things in real estate, what specifically got you into it, and what other things were you doing?
Yeah, so we have both always loved real estate and loved homes. And so when we moved to Austin, we started investing in property, some commercial, some residential. And so we've actually lived in some very lovely areas of Austin, including Lake Austin, and own property on Lake Travis. But even when I wasn't licensed, I was the one finding my homes for the realtors.
Right.
I'm just like a natural hunter, and I just love it. I mean, it just came natural to me. But I had the pleasure of being able to stay home a lot with the boys and then really hit the ground running 10 years ago.
Excellent. And you say we, do you have a partner in this business?
So my husband also works with me now. Didn't always. He had a company prior to my real estate gig. But now I also have 2 of the 4 boys and a daughter-in-law that work with me at the Drewett Group. So we're a true family business. Right. And that just brings me a lot of joy, and it's fun.
Right. Well, that many family members, that's got to be interesting. My mom did luxury real estate as well. So, of course, my brother and I moved to Austin and got in mortgages.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about kind of your early career. Where did you start? Did you have any early on mentors that help you find your way?
So like I said, one of the first things I used to do on a Sunday morning is look at the newspaper and I would flip to the real estate section. So I feel like I've been a student of real estate in Austin for many years, and I knew all the players. Before I was a realtor, I just knew their names. I just loved looking at homes. But I started with Moreland Properties. I moved to Compass about 5 years ago. And that's when the family joined me.
Okay. As far as growing the Drewett team and sort of building that out, how did that look in the early days, and how is it different from today? And where do you see yourself going with that organ?
So my oldest son, Patton, started in the public sector at LCRA. He then went commercial, and then shortly after realized he would prefer to be in residential. So in the beginning, it was just me and my oldest son, Patton. And then after that, my husband joined. And then one of my 3rd son, Hayes, he's really been doing it since he was in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fun family business. I don't know that I've run into anybody else in Austin that's doing it like that. But that's very cool. Switching gears a little bit, one of the questions we like to ask everybody in Elite 25 is, if you had $10 million to spend somewhere in Austin, where would you spend it and how would you find it and why that area?
Well, that's an easy one.
Okay.
Without a shadow of a doubt, I'd purchase on Lake Austin.
Okay.
We raised our 4 sons there, and it's just a special place for my family. So it's also a commodity that is just going to keep appreciating. It's a limited commodity, so the value is just going to stick. But besides that, it's just a special place for me. It's just when I'm on the water, it's very tranquil, peaceful, and frankly grounding.
Yeah, there's not much better, and they're not making any more of them.
No,
Lakefront properties,
sure.
that is. If you weren't in luxury real estate and you had to do something that was just way outside the box, but you feel might be a good fit with your personality or your background, what might that look like for you?
Well, I love children, so I've always loved children. I was in education prior, but I don't think I would want to be in a classroom. But I love outdoors. I love something multifaceted. I love, juggling a lot of balls. But I think if it was something, it would have to be either maybe a master gardener. I would love to learn more about that. I love being outside, or I would take up painting. I love to paint. Nice.
Switching gears a little bit back to real estate and what it takes to be successful in this market. Austin being such a competitive market, how do you keep up with the trends and all the latest and greatest things that you need to know to be successful?
Well, I don't have an off switch. So from the moment I decided that I wanted to do this as a career, I really haven't turned it off. And so I'm a student of it, and I want to know about every area in Austin. So constantly learning about different areas that maybe I don't always sell in, but I love and want to be able to provide those opportunities to our buyers.
So for most of the people in Elite 25, there comes a time where you go from struggling to that sort of light bulb moment where you realize you might actually be pretty good at this career or this job. Did you have one of those deals or one of those transactions, or was there a time where you kind of sat back and thought, I think I can do this pretty well?
Yeah. So like I said, when I got started, I just hit the ground running, and I worked so hard, 7 days a week. I still do, frankly. But I had set a goal actually to be in Elite 25. And so I achieved that in my 3rd year of real estate, and I've been here ever since. So thank you.
Absolutely. Well, we're happy to have you. Tell us a little bit about your experience with Elite 25. Why did you want to be a part of it, and what are you getting out of it?
Right. So the realtors in this group have hit the top of their game, and I'm learning from them constantly. But I would say that 40% of my properties transact privately, and that's one of the benefits of working with a luxury agent or an Elite 25 agent that's in the know, because we share these opportunities with each other, and it's a beautiful thing for our sellers and our buyers, those that want to stay discreet, those, because we are in a non-disclosure state, can take advantage of the fact that we do not have to publish the sales prices of these homes.
For those that are out of state who might be watching this, what does that mean exactly? Non-disclosure state. What's that mean for Texas and for your business?
Right. Well, when a home sells privately, there is nowhere that we have to record what that price was.
Okay.
So it can help with property taxes, as you know. And then there's just a lot of people that want to stay discreet and under the radar and transact privately.
Yeah. Could you describe or tell me what is sort of when you work with a luxury client as opposed to sort of a first-time home buyer or somebody with a little less experience buying these multi-million-dollar houses, are there similar characteristics among them, or what would you say is the thing that kind of separates your ability to put these big transactions together from?
So I think with a luxury buyer, for instance, I like to find out what pushes their buttons and where is it that they want to live. Is it downtown in a penthouse with a skyline view, or is it an estate on a lake?
Right.
Or is it a hill country view? And then beyond that, I'd like to learn what features in a home could mean luxury to them. Is it the car enthusiast wants a 6-car garage, or maybe they want a state-of-the-art home gym with
Right.
everything from a cold plunge to an infrared sauna to a hyperbaric chamber. Or maybe it's just a $1 million view.
Right. In looking at your ability to get to the top of your game, would you say in real estate that there's a particular, call it a real estate superpower that you're excelling at, or what got you there?
Hard work, always answering my phone, to the detriment of maybe
Other things.
having bad manners
Right.
at a dinner table. And then really just listening to that buyer or that seller.
And if you had the opportunity to go back and talk to year one Beth Drewett, what kind of advice might you give her about the next few years in real estate?
Well, take a break every now and then.
It's okay to do that.
It's okay to do that. But you know what? When I answer my phone on the beach, stuff happens. So it's okay. Just, it doesn't feel like work because I love it so much.
Right.
So
It feels like that might be advice for current Beth Drewett as well as rookie Beth Drewett.
Isn't that the truth?
I could be wrong. How do you go about when you meet with some new luxury buyer or seller, but how do you go about establishing trust very quickly? Because it seems like it's a very competitive landscape, and there's a bunch of other agents in Elite 25 who might be meeting with them the next day. So how do you establish sort of who you are and what you bring to the table?
Well, I ask them what is important to them, and I'll use a seller as an example. What is important to them? Is it to know everything that's going on? I'm a high communicator, so my tendency in what I do is I communicate everything. And with Compass, we have a dashboard, so they are not only getting the feedback live from me after a showing, but I post it on the dashboard so they can go look there. But some sellers maybe want to be more hands off and just call me when you need me. So I'm just listening to hear what they want. But regardless, I'm always there. I'm always present. And I am selling features about their home and solving problems for that buyer that's coming in that I may listen and hear something they're looking for, and I can solve that.
We've all heard a lot lately about artificial intelligence and what it's going to do to real estate, and how some agents love it, some agents are scared of it. What are your thoughts, and are you using it, and is Compass bringing it along, or is it something you're doing on your own?
Absolutely, both. Compass, of course, is bringing it on, but I started using it the minute it came out and I was told about it. And sure, I will run some copy through there just to get some new ideas. Sure. But a lot of times it appears AI. But it helps you have a good base. But I also have used AI most recently for just mocking up some new windows on the back of my home. Mm-hmm. And so once you learn the different platforms and get good at it, it's so helpful, and it's not going anywhere. And I think it's very beneficial.
Yeah, great. So Austin real estate, as we've seen over the last few years, has changed pretty dramatically, with luxury properties getting bigger and crazier. And earlier you mentioned a hyperbolic chamber as part of a hyperbaric chamber as part of a
it's very good
luxury
if you've never
property.
Tried one.
Yeah. So I'm curious, was there ever a property that you walked through that you came across maybe one of those, or something else that just really, you were like, wow, this is something new and different I haven't seen? Yeah.
Well, the house with the hyperbaric chamber, the golf simulator, and a state-of-the-art gym that was like no other. Yeah. And the cold plunge that really was like, wow.
Yeah, very cool.
And we're getting a lot of athletes here and just tech entrepreneurs that can afford this. And so we're seeing some pretty cool things.
New and different toys we've never seen before.
In luxury homes, that's right.
Very cool, very cool. Well, thank you so much for being here on the podcast today.
Thanks,
Appreciate it very much. If you want to hear more from Elite 25, be sure to subscribe to this show and find us on Instagram and TikTok. Tune in again next week for another interview with one of the top 1% real estate agents in the country.